Look, everybody, we're both Pete Dunne nerds. I wore my shirt, and then he comes over and he's got his shirt on.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna wear your shirt.
We don't coordinate, so we're just
Really ever.
And we're both wearing Nike shorts.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne and Nike nerds. Everybody, how's our audio? Is it okay? Volume is too low.
Maybe I'm just. Oh, can you flip the LED screen around on the camera? Hi everybody, how's it going? Hold please.
Here we go. There we go. Now we're good.
Now we're probably too loud.
Volume alert. That should work better. Sound. Hello, sound. I can hear you now. All right. What?
All right, let's have a vote. Who has a better Pete Dunne shirt?
I really like yours.
But I would like that one more if it was the maroon shirt. I really like that one. I wish I'd bought that one.
Yeah, should have. Then we would have both been wearing the same shirt. Like you could have wore that one instead.
Yeah.
At that point, I would have changed my shirt. At this point, I do not. Anyways, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Got my notes. I'm gonna do this week. I'm gonna do the giveaway for my notes. I just have a huge backlog. Back on doing notes, Larson. It's back. The only problem is this pub table has these damn divots.
I know. Good to hear, Al.
Tracks.
Al says all healthy.
Oh, awesome. Good job, Al.
Hi, Adam fella.
Now you can go back to living a dangerous, nasty lifestyle.
Patrick Oliva says Lance Storm backed up my claim that the ambulance had to drive away. Was mentioned. It was mentioned when they announced the match. I know JoJo said that wasn't the case at the pay-per-view. That wasn't my point. My point was
brought it up on Killing the Day. I got to start listening to that podcast.
Yeah.
Number one, I love Lance Storm.
Yeah, he's great.
I love him. He's the one of the lone bright spots whenever watching late WCW.
Yes.
Because he's always good, man.
What's going on, Dummy Ray?
He gives it his all regardless.
Yes.
All right, Larson, I'm going to choose just for the Patreons. We got the $1 patrons today. That's why there's so many of you guys in here. I'm going to choose my card. Crap, one of these cards I owe to Evil Larson.
Mm-hmm.
I have his address. I'm going to send it to him. It's a jazz card. Oh, man, look at it. What about this Eric Bischoff? Oh, look at the back.
Yeah. Do the back. That's way better. Here.
You got to choose one, man.
We need tape.
Oh, man, we do need tape. You ain't fit in one of these little... Look, this guy just fits... No, it doesn't fit in there. Damn it all to hell. No, it's not going to work. I need tape. El tape.
I'm just trying to find a really good card. I'm just trying to find a good card. Something that matches Steve's. All right, this one is what I'm going with. Oh, okay, good. Because I was going through and everything I pulled wasn't very good.
Okay.
So I was just trying to find a quality one because I got to replace Dog Steiner. The bar is set very high.
That's an impossible task.
I know.
You can't really replace Dog Steiner. You can only hope to do him justice.
It's Shawn Michaels super kicking.
No, that's not gonna work.
People said I was cheating, and I was like, no, I just got to pick something really good.
Oh, it's not random, or it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's
it
not
just has to be
invisible.
random with you because you picked something quality from the
Off
start.
the bat, yeah. Where is?
I feel like I'm gonna be here all day trying to find a quality replacement for Dog Steiner.
That's all right. What about Eva Marie? All red everything. I feel like that's a quality choice. No good. Shouldn't there be like a Luger one in there?
I'm looking.
Where are all those great WCW cards?
I don't know.
That Patrick Sparks got us. Like a Bischoff's cheesy little head there. There are no Dog Steve cards, people. I'm sorry.
Not
Cool if
yet,
there
no.
was. One day. We'll make some Steven Larson trading cards. Exclusive set. 1 pack. That's a good contender right there. That's a good, especially given his recent
Yeah, no, that was a good pull.
recent vlog. That was a good one. Man, what the heck? Where are all those great WC? Oh wait, I see some.
Oh man, that's it right there.
Oh, DDP and woman.
DDP and no, that's Kimberly.
Is that Kimberly?
Yeah, it's Kimberly. That's fact. It's a Kimberly card.
All right.
That's the winner, I think.
All right, there you go. Watch out for the tape. Don't kill the adhesiveness. Adhesion.
Oh, here's some WCW cards.
Look at that, just a chunk of mat.
I know.
All right, I am rolling.
Let me take my DDP Diamond Doll card up here.
Okay. Kimberly. No, Butch Bacon is friggin' quality. I was on my walk last night. I already know what's gonna happen next. It's beautiful.
So
it's gonna bring tears.
So we did fun wrestling yesterday.
Yeah.
And this camera, just when changing over files, just gets about 30 seconds ahead between files.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Fuck. Wow.
Just once.
Wow. Man, that fucking blows.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that issue up and see, because that would only happen with the 64 game.
I
And that was
know.
only when it cut out on us.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
No, it was just over a normal, because I put it, strung all the files together. It's like, why is it not now out of sync? Sure enough, I think it's like 26 seconds.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well, one more thing on our plate to figure out.
Yep.
All right. Oh, it's not rolling.
Oh, I need my notes.
Yeah, Blue Monkey G says, I really wanted WGPW to become Too Fun, Too Wrestling.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
I was trying to win that match.
Yeah, I know, man. No, I was fully
and when
prepared.
Butch won, I hit L1 to climb up that ladder
I went back and watched it. I know you strolled past
and just
it.
walked
You
right
strolled
by.
past it. I know.
That could have been it right there.
But no, that could have been it. But it also would have. I think number one, I think Butch would have, because I was able to hit those pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It just would have made the finish that much more dramatic.
I don't know.
I still think Butch would have won.
I don't know. I might have knocked him off, and then I could have won.
It was like a matter of seconds before I was able to pull it down.
It was pretty quick. I know.
And you would have had to have climbed up at least a couple rungs.
My
to
guy,
make an effect.
my version of Larson that climbs up that ladder real quick.
Well, he's very tall. He's like
Yeah,
8
that
feet
too.
tall. He's too tall.
I mean, it's very realistic,
Yeah. All right. I liked Raw last night.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Let's save it for the show.
Let's talk about it on the podcast. We're going to talk about podcasts now. Should we talk about the Page Alberto Del Rio thing at the beginning real quick?
Suppose
the
we
audio.
Could. Or we can save it for Dirt Sheet.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Because, we'll see if there's any more developments with GFW. Although I kind of feel like that's either, well, it's not non-news because that is news.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like maybe, do you want to be a guest on my MF Steve here YouTube channel? Because that's where the Impact news happens. The Impact reviews happen there.
We've talked Impact News on Dirt Sheet before.
Several
times, in fact.
You could just say no. You could just say, no, I don't want to be on your channel.
Well, I mean, it's a story that's worthy of our channel.
Such a weasel, man.
Why?
Just say, I don't want to be in your channel, Steve.
See, T.A. Turnage agrees with me.
What did he
Terrence,
say?
Save it for Dirt Sheet.
But T.A. Turner, don't you agree with Steve?
And he made what looked like some awesome chili.
Did he put it on hot dogs?
Oh, man.
Chili's wasted if it's not on hot dogs.
No.
TA turns, you make some cornbread with it.
Lesser chili.
Do you make cornbread?
Yeah.
Do you put actual bits of corn in it?
I have before.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
worst.
it's good.
You're a terrible person.
No, it's good.
Bits of corn and cornbread ruin cornbread.
It can be good. You have to make it in a cast iron skillet, though.
You're made in a cast iron skillet. Get out of here. All right. Oh, no. Connor says Larson's going to... He's burying... Oh, I thought he was buying MF Steve here. You want to buy MF Steve here? It's got the hit show Ask Stephen Lacey. Did you see one episode? She sat in your chair. Yeah, I did that. I did that shit. It's my passive aggressive.
All right.
Oh, no. All right. What does that mean?
I'm about this close to becoming a barista full time, I guess.
Oh, no.
Yes, jalapeno cornbread is amazing. You ever had jalapeno cornbread?
I don't like jalapeno, man. I don't like that shit. It's just,
It's good.
no, man.
It's flavor.
Give me something else. I like cornbread, though. It's good. All right. Time to get going.
Have you ever made homemade cornbread?
No, I'd like to, though. I would like to. I'm not going to put little chunks of corn in there. I want nasty Larson
You
cornbread.
need to do it in a cast iron skillet if you want to do a homemade. This turns out better.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give that some good thought. I'll research that issue for you. All right. We're going to get going on this. I promise. Right now. Here we go. In 3, 2. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts are in the iOS podcast app. Like 90% of our listeners do it through the iTunes or the iOS podcast app. We're also available on Podbean, Stitcher, all sorts of places. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially if you're on the YouTube. They got that little notified bell, lets you know whenever there's new Going In Raw content as well. And, of course, over on the iOS podcast app, it helps boost our profile in the rankings in the sports and rec category. There's so many podcasts now. I think we've been bumped out of the top 200 because there are so many. Like, Colt Cabana's podcast used to always be in, like, the top 30 or so.
Yeah.
And the other day I checked, it was at, like, number 160-something. Like, Vince Russo, he says crazy shit every week, and he's been bumped down to like 170 or something. Sadly, we're not above Vince Russo. But also, it was sort of a weaker weekend for us podcast-wise. So maybe on Wednesday we'll be up there again. But if you guys leave reviews and ratings and all that kind of good stuff, and you hit the subscribe, download button, or refresh your feed, if you haven't, that will help us as well, and that would be much appreciated. Another great way to help us is by going to patreon.com/Stephen Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers right now. We've got over 80 people watching the live stream version of this. They got to see us choose our new cards for our microphones here. I have Eric Bischoff on mine.
I have Diamond Dallas Page and the Diamond Doll.
Nice. Anyways, yeah, so that way you can pledge financial support to the show, and you get there's some reward tiers. We got like a shirt. We got a comic book that's on the verge of being done, I promise. And all sorts of great reward tiers. You can vote on the pay-per-views review every Sunday. You can vote on Kayfabe Corner themes. It's really good stuff. We're also at prowrestlingtees.com/Going In Raw, where you can get t-shirts. So yeah, that's all good stuff.
Are you gonna read off?
I'm thinking about doing it.
The new pledges for the week.
I know I haven't done that in a little while. Oh, here we go. All right, so yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Because it's one of the $1 tier is at $1 and up. You get a shout out here on the show. Well, let's see here. Where are we? I'm going to go back a little ways because we haven't done this in a while. But I like to give a shout out to people who open their wallets to us because that's very nice. Gene the Grappler, he's actually pledged before. Apparently he's back. Welcome back, Gene. The big gold belt champion, Ice Bladeri, the phenomenal cleaner, a.k.a. the king of demons, K.H. Christian, the Low himself, Blake Robert Gidley, Matt Chapman, Zorro Katz, always missing friendo meetups, Ruben is Rapture, Mike Bones, Robbie 1896, Terrence Karen, David Diaz, Joey Gagnon, Kurt Falconer, Mahari Eskinder, Menace Media Production, Maddie freaking Ice, Paul O'Connell, Jamie Talbot, Josh, Dwight Eucor, Toby Anton's big wrestling fan, and Juggernauts, the Going In Raw Grand Slam champion, all put in money to the Patreon. I want to say thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Excuse me.
Oh wow. Anyways, do you want this Eva Marie card right here? This was gonna be. I was gonna suggest this for you.
I'm happy with.
All read everything.
I'm happy with DDP and the Diamond
Eva
Doll.
Marie here. She can hang out with Kevin Owens there.
Let's talk about Raw. This was a pretty enjoyable show. I thought.
really loved it. I'll be honest. I rebounded from my negative Nelly take on Great Balls of Fire. That's in the past.
You crapped all over that show.
Well, yeah, they crapped all over the finishes, man. Last night on Raw, we got a very entertaining episode of Raw. I was into it the entire time. I watched it live. Yeah, it was good. I even rewatched some of it today. This morning, I went back and rewatched the Brock, Joe, Roman Reigns segment.
Oh, that was great.
That was money. There was a lot of money there.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're not changing any directions with Roman Reigns. He's just the guy who can do effed up things and be pretty nonchalant about it.
Pretty much.
So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like, you know, man, that guy is really messed up. He might start getting that's going to be like a slow burn pop thing for him. If he keeps on doing really messed up things.
And just no-sells it
just
pretty much.
No-sells it. He's like totally cool with it. He's like, yeah, totally trying to kill a guy last night. And he does that.
I know.
Weird smile on his face.
His explanation, like to Brock at least, was, I got to take care of Braun because you're never here to do it.
That was good.
So that's his justification for attempted murder.
I liked it. That was good. Yeah, he's so nonchalant about it. But no, like, big, oh, he's healed. We didn't even see Braun last night.
No.
He was all messed up.
Yeah, it probably takes a while to walk from Dallas to Houston.
Do you think maybe he realized that and decided to move on to the place that it's going to be like 2 weeks from now?
Oh, Nashville?
Nashville? Oh, yeah, Nashville. Oh, no. We got to talk about Dixie Carter.
We will at the end of the show.
Big rumors at the end of the show. Anyways, we'll start at the beginning.
She addressed those rumors on Twitter, too.
Oh, no kidding. What'd she say?
We'll get to that.
All right.
We'll address that all at the end of the show.
Also on the dirt sheet this week, we're going to be talking about the Alberto Del Rio page audio that leaked out from TMZ Sports. Or is that was released? We're going to talk about on the dirt sheet this week because there might be some more developments. GFW, Global Force Wrestling, Jeff Jarrett, essentially said they're going to look into it. I don't know, man. If they want to start getting their shit in order, they need to act on stuff like that and implement a wellness policy. All right. Anyways, Raw start off with Big Cass coming down, and he dropped a heel Big Cass promo. He seemed to be kind of into it.
He did. It started off kind of slow.
Yeah.
There's this thing with Cass. He seems like a really decent guy.
Yeah, he does.
And unless he's screaming, I don't really buy him as a heel.
I know.
But towards the tail end of this promo, when he was really into it and screaming, I bought it.
Yeah, the thing is, he fit the role. You're right. That's when it started working. He fit the role of big guy who could take care of business and let his friend run his mouth so perfectly. Like, he fit that role so perfect. And when he comes out, I was actually going over his lines in my head as he said them. He said, I took out 5 years of frustration on Enzo, and man, did it feel great. And instead of doing that, he said, I just took out, like, he should have been reveling in it more.
I know.
But that's going to take maybe a little bit of time for him just to loosen
experience
up.
He needs. Yeah. Because, you know, he's not bad on the mic, but he's never had to carry the load.
Right, exactly. He's always had remember the spell when Enzo was concussed, when he was injured. You know, we saw Cass he got thrown in the deep end, and we were impressed with how he did, but it was never like going to stack up against Enzo. You know, it was always like Enzo could do that stuff in his sleep.
And this is still the third or fourth week of him being full heel Cass.
Right.
So I'm sure he's still finding his way, finding what the character is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's still young, anyways.
Yeah.
So
after all that, music hit.
Whoa! Yeah, Cass was really getting on a roll. Like, he did so Brock kind of did the thing later on. I noticed this. Whenever somebody's music is supposed to hit, it always hits about 2 beats too late. Like, Brock said his line, and he knew that the music was supposed to hit at that point, and so he just sort of stumbled upon that line again.
Oh, yeah.
And then
he said, you don't deserve anything.
Yeah, Joe's
kind of half into the mic, too.
Exactly. And then Joe's music hit when it was probably supposed to interrupt that last line.
Well, it's supposed to probably come right
the tail end.
Right as he said, as Brock said, shit.
Yeah. Anyways, Big Show comes down. Cass gets in his face. Show gives him a headbutt.
They brawl. Big Show gets the upper hand, and then Cass finds a way to get out of the ring. he leaves.
Yeah, I'm good with this. I like this a lot. I
This
think
will be a lower card match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, this is good. Big Show mentioned on, I think, Jericho's podcast. I think it was Jericho's podcast when he was laying some heat on the WWE, saying if I'm going to show up and not do anything. But he said that he still likes getting in the ring and wrestling.
Yeah.
And there's been one time over the past, 12 months when he was allowed to do that, and that was that great match with him and Braun at Raw. That was fantastic. Yeah. And so this will allow him to get in there and do some actual wrestling and put Cass over.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like it. And I like that they open Raw with kind of the least likely segment. There's a number of other segments that they could have gone with for the open, and they went with Cass, sort of, giving that guy a spotlight. I like that.
Yeah, me too. Next, the Drifter.
How can you not like this? We go right into the Drifter.
Comes out singing a song, running down Finn Balor. Finn Balor interrupts him again.
They had a match that. Do you think this match should have been a Great Balls of Fire? It was a good match.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good match.
It was good. Yeah, probably. At least assuming this is their blow-off, have it at a pay-per-view, give the Drifter. But then again, maybe they thought, okay, well, we're going to have the Drifter lose, so let's put it on Raw, and it won't be such a high-profile
That's a good point,
event.
Yeah, it won't feel like a blow-off necessarily. I don't know if they're going to – there doesn't seem to be a reason to keep going with this.
No, given the results of this match and the main event, it seems like we might have Bray Wyatt against Finn Balor sooner rather than later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So, yeah, Finn Balor wins with a coup de grace.
But it was a good match.
It was. There was some back and forth, yeah.
Drifter was going after Finn's shoulder. There was actually a little bit of storytelling there. It was good stuff. I think they like Drifter.
Yeah, it was a good showing, even in a loss for the Drifter.
Yeah.
After Finn wins, the Hardy Boys come out, congratulate him, shake his hand.
Well done.
And they go out to the ring, drop a promo, and they were teasing the hell.
Oh, my God. He literally said broken.
Well, Jeff says obsolete.
Yeah.
Out comes the club.
Well, Matt said, yes, we might be brute. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
The club
out comes the
out,
club, yeah.
Calls them nerds.
Yeah.
And then Matt says, yeah, we may be stitched up, bruised. What happened there?
Yeah. Delete.
Yeah, he does his Chad Too Bad laugh. And so Matt says, despite being potentially a little broken.
Yeah, bruised, beat down, and broken.
They challenge the club to a match.
That he's so close to getting it. I guarantee he might have gotten it already. They challenged the club to a match. They are, but they weren't 100%. Thank God. Wow. I was stunned. Anybody following us on Twitter saw how stunned I was because I posted 3 stunned faces last night. And it was all the same picture of me going like this. The club went over.
The most unspontaneous, stunned look I've ever seen on your face.
That's what I did. That's also my O face, by the way. Tried to get you while you were drinking. Anyways, yeah. So it was cool because the club actually went over in a match that made sense for them to go over because the Hardys had a brutal matchup the night before.
Yeah, when they walked out to the ring earlier, Matt was limping.
Yeah.
Jeff, while he was doing his kind of dance at the top of the stage, he stopped, sold shoulder injury.
Yeah,
it was good stuff.
So the club can go over here.
Yeah,
I like that.
But the best part happened after the match.
Say yeah.
When the club are up at the top of the ramp celebrating. We hear, say yeah.
Yeah.
Out comes the Revival.
We go Hardys.
And they lay into the Hardys.
Yeah, it was good.
They beat the hell out of them.
It was awesome. It was rad. So we're going to get the Hardys versus the Revival. This might be it, Larson. This might be.
How awesome would it be, or is it going to be, when the Revival are the ones that break Matt Hardy?
Oh, it's going to be great.
That's great.
Fantastic. Did you see the YouTube video that WWE put up?
Yes, the one you shared with me on Twitter
with the club and Stevie Ray.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Stevie Ray still literally looks like he did 20 years ago. He's just roaming around, and man, those club guys, they're NWO now. That's what that means. You too sweet a guy from the NWO. Not you. You don't get to be in the NWO. What would you be, Wolfpack or Hollywood NWO?
Oh, Wolfpack.
You'd be Wolfpack?
Yeah.
You're going to be in there with, who's in there with you. You have the Too Sweet then.
I know.
Yeah, Too Sweet Luger.
I'm aware of that.
Oh, man. Let's see here.
After that, we had Miz TV presenting the Mizzies.
Yeah, this was okay.
I thought this was fun because everybody was all in on the segment. Maurice, when she was waiting to hear who won the most gorgeous lady in wrestling award or whatever it was, her performance was great.
She sold it to perfection. That's right. And we got the
charming as all get out.
We got the co-win from Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Bo Dallas said,
"Great speech.
Not only have you revived my career, you've revived my life," or something like that. Curtis Axel said,
"Now I look like $1 million, and now I'm going to make $1 million." Maurice,
all right, it was good.
Maurice sold this whole segment perfectly. Like she was when the Miz got the envelope and said, "I don't need an envelope," and Maurice went from confidence to, "Oh my gosh, who's it going to be?"
Yeah.
And the process her performance showed was fantastic.
Yeah, it
fantastic.
Was really good. She was very touched when she won.
Yes,
too.
Maurice is endlessly charming.
She is really charming. So yeah, this is good. Then Dean Ambrose. I think I got it in my gut. But you know, you're right. By the end of the main event, we saw where this is headed, and I like it.
Miz named himself the greatest man, which I wonder was a little bit of a jab at Austin Aries.
Oh, that could be. Ooh, that could be. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Wow.
But at first, Miz kind of swerves everybody and says,
he said
Dean Ambrose.
Thinking that Dean Ambrose was going to attack. And he said, wrong, the Miz. So that was cool. Dean Ambrose comes in. The Miz Taraj beat up Dean Ambrose. And then Seth Rollins comes in and tries to help out his former Shield running mate.
Yes.
Then so he makes a save. Then backstage, Ambrose and Rollins are back there. Ambrose says,
"Stay out of my business.
I still don't trust you. You turned your back on me. This is not going to be a Shield reunion." Now, by the end of the main event, we saw where this is headed. Seth versus Miz. Seth's going to win the Intercontinental Championship probably at SummerSlam.
Probably.
All right.
How about this? What if this is all a prelude to an Ambrose heel turn?
Yeah, I thought we were going to see an Ambrose heel turn last night. When he came running in with that chair and the Miz Taraj was beating down Seth, I was like, "Oh, chair, Miz, Seth." Oh.
Well, especially chair, Dean, Seth.
That's what I meant. Yeah, Dean. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I totally thought that was going to happen. That still might happen. There's nothing for Ambrose to do. There's too many faces. You got Roman, who's whatever. You got
Seth.
You got Seth and Finn.
Got Finn. I know.
It's too many main event faces. You need the Dean Ambrose would even it out. And I honestly think when he said this isn't going to be no Shield reunion, the crowd started booing that. They're not. I had suspicions that maybe the crowd was so used to being pro Ambrose that they would find a heel turn that they would not be into a heel turn.
If he turned on a Shield reunion, yeah, that could work.
That could work, man. That could work. I think that they might roll with that. Anyways, I do like that though. I like that it wasn't like, "Oh, hey, buddy, we're cool." He's referencing something that happened in the past, and Seth was like, "I'm trying to change.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be a different man. I'm face now.
Yeah, I'm on the cover of the video game.
I want to be top face, Ambrose.
Well, he is top face on Raw.
He is top face.
Next, Sasha Banks and Bayley took on Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. This match was fun, I thought.
Yeah, this was a fun match. This was good stuff. And then once again, Bayley got the pin. Stunned face. I tweeted that out, but it was the same picture as before. It's kind of a gag.
No, I get.
Yeah, I did it 3 times.
It's called a running joke, isn't it?
It's the rule of threes in comedy.
Or running gag, yes.
It's the rule of threes.
No, I know. I know what that is.
Bayley got the pin on Alexa Bliss with the roll-up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, like you said, this is a fun match. I always like seeing Sasha and Bayley together. I think it's fun.
So are we thinking this
I like
might
when I
be-
see actual friends
Are we going to
together.
have 2 Fatal 4-Way matches at SummerSlam? Because it's still a distinct possibility.
We're not even going to have...
It's still a distinct possibility that for the Universal title, we get Roman, Joe, Braun, and Lesnar all in the ring for that belt.
We're not. Yeah, we might.
Yeah,
might
because
actually
next week was
happen.
going to happen. Joe and Reigns are going to have the main event, and they're going to fight. Braun's going to come out
Braun's
and interfere.
going to totally come out
And it's going to be a 4-way for the Universal title. That's what it's going to be.
Really? They're going to do a 4-way at SummerSlam? You think they're going to do AJ versus Nakamura still? That's a big match.
I know. I want them to wait
Great match.
till WrestleMania for that.
Nakamura's going to do both. Nakamura's going to be taking on Baron Corbin
tonight, yeah.
You think they're going to say, "Hey, this is for the briefcase"? No, I don't think so either.
I wouldn't be surprised if Baron cashes in at SummerSlam.
I really can't believe they're going to do 2 fatal 4-ways.
I can't either, but the pieces are in place for it to happen.
I do feel like, judging my last night's show, I do feel like they're maybe creative was simply like biding their time until the lead up to SummerSlam.
Entirely possible.
And it feels like, because it feels like last night a lot of things went into motion. So hopefully the same thing will happen on SmackDown tonight. Next up, we had a Goldust promo.
Yeah.
This was cool. He quoted Reservoir Dogs, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and he said that we're going to have a sequel.
What's your favorite Tarantino movie? You like Tarantino, but you're not huge on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Mine's still probably Pulp Fiction, but Reservoir is a close two. Inglourious Basterds is really good, though. I really love that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, his stuff's good, but I've never really, like, I've always been more of a Paul Thomas Anderson guy. His movies always resonated more with me.
His early ones, yeah. The last one, the last couple, you've just been like, eh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Boogie Nights, Heart 8. I like There Will Be Blood a lot. Just that one scene just fell a little flat.
The trailer for Aronofsky's new movie is supposed to drop soon.
Ooh.
Little Bluebird says it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's one with Jennifer Lawrence, right?
I think so, yeah.
Called Mother.
Mother.
I think there's actually an exclamation mark at the end.
Then we had R-Truth versus Goldust. Now, during R-Truth's entrance rap, I think he referred to this as the big finale or something. Was this their blow-off?
Oh, it could be.
Goldust won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I liked about Raw last night? Everybody seemed loose. Everybody seemed like they were
Yeah,
there
I
to have a
know.
really good time.
I know.
And for the most part, I can't think of anything that felt short.
What if
all they gave all the matches time?
What if Austin Aries was just a nightmare backstage to everyone?
I have a hard time believing that.
And with him gone,
he hasn't even been around the last 3 weeks.
Everybody was like, "Oh man, that jerk is gone. He's out of here." Always talking about veganism and bananas and stuff. Potassium this, potassium that, and he's like 4 feet tall. I'm joking. No, I really doubt that's the case. But yeah, everybody did seem looser last night. Brock seemed like he was having a blast.
Yeah, Brock seemed like
he
was
literally
having an
texted me that.
Good time.
He looked like he was having fun.
Which brings us.
Oh man, this was
an
segment.
Awesome segment. So Kurt Angle comes out and says, "All right, well, following what happened, we got to decide what happens at SummerSlam." So out comes Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Angle says, "Again, you need an opponent for SummerSlam." And Heyman took that to mean as if they're going to have a brainstorming session.
That was good.
And he's like, "We're not here for that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
We're not here for a brainstorming session in public."
Cue Roman Reigns' music. He comes out, says he wants a title shot.
Yeah.
And Brock says, he laughs at him, says, "You don't deserve shit."
Oh, that was great. That was fantastic.
And Heyman sold it great. Angle sold it marvelously.
Oh, yeah. That was great. That was fantastic.
Oh, that was so good. And then Brock says, "Yeah, you don't deserve it." And then Samoa Joe comes out.
You don't deserve shit.
You don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it.
And then Joe comes out. Gosh, Joe is the man.
Joe is the man, dude. And Brock seems to get so geeked over Samoa Joe.
Well, there was, I think Cage Side Seats or Sports Key had an article up saying that Lesnar really enjoys working with Joe.
That's not surprising because, dude, even during their match, which 99% of it was great, there was that one moment when Samoa Joe went to Irish Whip Brock Lesnar, and Brock stopped it from happening and then started laying in some shots that looked legit, and Joe started laying in some shots. I think they just like beating up on each other.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard,
They get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And so Brock, wouldn't even have the time during the segment. He wouldn't even let Samoa Joe continue his thought. He would just get up in his grill, and Joe seemed to really be into it.
Yeah, Joe would not back down.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was very loose. I don't know if they went off script, but it felt like it.
Yeah, it totally did.
But it felt genuine, and it felt natural, and it was fun as hell.
It was. And Roman was just sort of chilling. And, Joe said, "You don't have anything to say." He says, Brock beat you up last night or something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Braun. I'm sorry, Braun, Braun, you
he
got
says,
your ass whooped by
You
Braun.
sure are mouthy for someone that lost to Braun Strowman. And then Roman said, "Well, I'm standing here and Braun isn't."
He said, "Look at me and look at Braun if you could even find him."
Yeah.
The crowd popped for that.
Yeah.
The crowd liked that. You just keep on having Roman do really messed up things
and just kind of
and
laugh
not
off.
be villainous about it. Just be like, "This is part of the job." Then I don't know. People are going to slowly come back around to him. Maybe not.
I don't know. He got a good pop a couple times last night.
I know he did. When you do cool shit, then people are going to pop for you.
I don't know. Attempted murder is not cool though.
Escaping a horror movie villain is though. People pop for that.
But here's the thing. thanks to this feud with Roman, Braun is kind of a face right now.
It's all. I know. I get that. People love Braun, man. Did you see that video package? Somebody edited together.
I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Okay, all it is, it's his music, but they've added, going along to the beat of his music, "I'm not finished with you."
Oh, that's great.
And they added it. It's like the perfect. It should be his video package.
Pretty awesome.
His Tron. So, anyways, Kurt Angle says, "Look, here's the deal. Next week on Raw, main event. We're gonna have Roman versus Joe to determine who the number one contender is heading into SummerSlam.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. But you guys do not touch each other until then. Otherwise,
the match is off.
The match is off, and Brock will fight. I don't know, Heath Slater.
Well, then Brock
Kurt
was
Hawkins.
like, "Yeah, go ahead and fight, guys." Go
Oh,
ahead,
he
go do
was
it.
in. Yeah, he said,
and the crowd was chanting, "Fight!"
Yeah,
and Brock was all into it.
Brock,
it's so funny to see Brock actually into his job.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. You just mentioned this about Braun, Brock, Joe, Roman. None of them are faces. None of them are heels. I just think that at this point, like especially seeing last night, okay, how are they going to handle this Roman thing? He's just Roman. They're just going to do that. These characters are just going to be characters. They'll get in people's faces. They'll act like badasses. You root for one guy, you root for the other guy. It's just maybe that's just how the WWE wants it now.
Could be.
With Triple H sort of being more hands-on, that wouldn't surprise me because he seems to be more in favor of personalities, characters, and not good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
That seems to be the way of it. So, yeah, that was a strong segment. Then we get Kurt and Corey Graves backstage. And Kurt, finally next week, we're going to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
He's talking to Corey Graves about, did you get the same text I got? This could ruin me. It could ruin my family.
But then he said he also felt like he had to come public.
Yeah. And then, later on he was on the phone.
Yeah.
Big mystery. Then we got Akira Tozawa, Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar and Neville.
Another fun tag match.
Tozawa got the pin on Neville after a top rope senton, but he also did the kick to the rope to the balls thing.
Yeah.
So echoing the night before.
Yeah, and then it's also announced last night that tonight on 205 Live,
rematch?
Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar in an I Quit match.
Oh, that should be good.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, that should be really good. Then we got a Seth Rollins interview.
I don't remember anything about it.
I remember he talked to Charlie and called her Charles, but I don't remember anything else about it.
It seemed pretty straightforward face Seth.
I imagine he just talked about Bray.
Oh, I did notice that he went to the makeup department and had like a bit of a black eye put on him.
Oh, nice. Good job.
To really sell that eye injury.
Good job, Seth. Good job. That played into the main event. Next up, we had a Bray Wyatt promo where he talked about Seth taking him lightly, I think, or something.
It's kind of a shame that at this point in this feud, which I'm hoping this was the blow off and this was the end of it. We just kind of
feud of the year here.
No, we just kind of tuned out.
Yeah,
the promos because we feel like it's redundant.
I know. I mean, they are though. That's the thing. They are.
I know they're really not adding anything new.
This was a stopgap feud. It felt like a stopgap feud, and both participants treated it like it was a stopgap feud.
Yeah.
However, this match I felt was better than the match that we got at Great Balls of Fire. And, okay, so even though... Oh, wait, hold on. Seth Rollins... was the last thing in the show was the Kurt Angle phone thing? Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah, we got Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt in our main event. Here's the thing about this. So, they referenced, of course, the eye poke from the night before, that Seth was kind of favoring that. Bray hit him at one point during the match to sort of exacerbate the injury.
Yeah, but also Seth started working over Bray's right hand because I guess that's his eye-poking hand.
Yeah, okay.
I like the fact that there was a story involved.
No,
in
I know.
I appreciate that,
me too.
There's a whole other hand that Bray could use to poke somebody. Just because you're right-handed doesn't mean you can only use your right hand to do everything.
Bray won again. With his sister Abigail.
Well, he
headbutted him in the eye.
Seth right in the eye, yeah.
I thought that, so for me not to have shit on the ending to the match at Great Balls of Fire, they could have told the same thing, only incorporated the eye poke maybe to start the match And that's the injury that then Bray Wyatt would be taken advantage of.
Yes, there'd be actually more of a story, yes.
Because the finish to this match, I thought was he did the headbutt and Seth started stumbling around trying to punch it, nothing.
Yeah.
And so he was impaired for the finish, and that's how he ended up losing. Bray ended up teleporting out of the ring afterwards. Lights went down.
Neat.
And then I thought this was really effective. The Miz and the Miztourage came down, except they had a very sinister feel to them.
Yeah.
They surrounded the ring
They're
slowly.
still on their suits.
They're still in their suits. They weren't like, it wasn't cartoonish Miz. It was like Miz when he was doing this face. Curtis looks great. Bo looks great. They go and they surround the ring and they attack Seth, or Seth sort of, preemptively attacks them as they get into the ring. Dean comes in with a chair and makes a save. It could be foreshadowing, but I think in the meantime, we're obviously going to get Seth versus The Miz.
Yeah. Or it could be Seth versus Dean versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, my God. It's all multi-man matches. Essentially, the SummerSlam is going to be one of the New Japan Road 2 cards. And then the never overweight title is going to be defended as well. Kurt Angle ended the night on the phone, and he said, "I'm proud of you.
I hope you're proud of me too. Come to Raw next week, and we'll get this worked out." And then he said, "I love you."
Power rankings, Larson.
Oh,
power rankings.
Can 1 through 5 be the same people?
3, 4. This is not going to be Dixie Carter.
It is going to be Dixie Carter.
What did she say on Twitter?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull that up.
Do people know?
See, I didn't think about this. I was going through my Twitter last night, and WrestleZone had a thing about speculation who would it be.
Okay.
And first they said Stephanie, and I said no, that seems weird. And then they said Dixie Carter, because she was on that WWE 24 thing last night. And then literally, right after I read that, I looked up, and on the ticker where they have the upcoming shows, it said Raw next week, Nashville. I was like, oh my gosh,
that's where she's from.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Dixie Carter.
Oh.
Or at least Dixie Carter's going to be on that show. It's going to be Dixie.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Dixie will be the swerve. I don't think that she's going to be... If they're doing it from Nashville, she's from Nashville, she'll show up one episode. I mean, whoever this is probably going to have to show up several episodes. Unless Dixie and Kurt had an... No, that doesn't even make sense. The only one that I like, I don't know, somebody mentioned Chad.
Hold on. Okay,
should be Chad Gable.
So... This is
illegitimate son, Chad Gable.
Someone from Twitter
looks exactly like
asked Dixie Carter, "Are you gonna be anywhere near Raw next Monday?" And she said, "Pretty close."
It's not enough people know about Dixie Carter, man. It's like for the hardcores.
That's why they had her in the WWE 24 the week before she's gonna be on Raw.
1 through 5. Okay, how about this? You get 1 through 4, Dixie Carter. You're probably right. I'm just trying to talk us down from that. And I don't care. It'll be cool if it is. I like Dixie. I mean...
So I guess the implication, there's two... with him saying, I love you...
She took a friggin' table bump from the
The implication is that he's been having an affair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Or had an affair at some point.
Yeah.
So...
So soap opera-y. It's so cheesy. And then what? Stephanie and Triple H? Because Kurt's going to fight Triple H at SummerSlam, isn't he?
I assume if he gets medically cleared, yeah.
That's going to happen. So Dixie Carter, and then number 5, I think it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be Dixie Carter. Number 5 is Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, he says, we're international now, slap nuts. And that includes the WWE. Dixie Carter.
It is World Wrestling Entertainment, after all.
It's not going to be Vince Russo.
No.
He had an affair with Vince Russo.
But I mean, I guess it could be. You mentioned Chad Gable. It could be, like a son out of wedlock or something like that. I don't know.
It'd be great if it was Chad Gable.
It'd be interesting. Yeah.
How fantastic would that be?
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
It could be like a Doc Rivers, Austin Rivers thing.
Yeah.
Where he favors Chad Gable.
Yeah. Immediate Universal title shot.
Exactly. That'd be fantastic. Oh, man.
We'll see. It'll be interesting.
Whoa. Dixie Carter.
I won't say 100% certainty that Dixie Carter is who he was talking to, but Dixie Carter is going to be on Raw next week.
Yeah, she'll be on Raw.
That's That feels like a lock.
I'm going to say this. I feel like it's a lock that she's going to be, I don't know, man. I guess.
That she'll be involved somehow.
She'll be involved somehow. I kind of feel like it's a swerve.
Yeah, it could be.
For something else. But I don't know. What if it's EC3? Because he was storyline her nephew.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also under contract to
TNA. GFW.
If it's...
Are there any free agents out there it could be?
Adam Cole, baby. Adam Angle. That's going to be his name.
They're not going to make Adam Cole Kurt Angle's son.
Yes. Adam Cole. Who else could it be? Kyle O'Reilly. He looks kind of like Kurt Angle.
Not really. He needs to go to NXT to reform Redragon.
They're gonna be to Dragon again.
They have to Dragon again in NXT.
They're gonna be Redragon.
War Machine.
Yeah, they're twins. That's good. I like that a lot. Shelton Benjamin.
No, he's supposed to be coming back to SmackDown according to WWE's playlist they posted on Twitter.
Yeah, well, that's a swerve. Yeah, he's gonna show up on Raw. Hey, Shelton Angle, part of the world's greatest team.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, let's answer some questions.
Yeah, let's answer some
Maybe
questions.
some questions we'll have. Maybe these questions we'll have.
Connor Dunmore, hey friendos, who is the most dad-looking wrestler in WWE? He says Curtis Axel. That's a good answer.
These days, he definitely is.
His hair is getting a little thin up here. He kind of has dad bod.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Curtis Axel. Because like he literally posts like hecka pictures on his stuff, and talks about his kids quite a bit on social media.
Nemo, the Universal Kidney Punching Champion. Who do you think is the best commissioner / GM in WWE history?
You're gonna say John Laurinaitis.
No, I'm not gonna say John Laurinaitis.
Well, who we had? Name some names. We had Sergeant Slaughter. We've had Shawn Michaels. We've had
Mick Foley. A couple times. Ric Flair.
How do you not say Teddy Long?
Yeah.
Teddy Long is probably the greatest.
Yeah.
I mean, not until like he would always set up those damn tag matches, but he definitely was a character.
And he had like the longest tenure.
Probably. That sounds right.
Of any GM, I think. 'Cause he was GM of SmackDown for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy Long's the right answer.
Teddy Long. I would say it's maybe a tie between Teddy Long and Vicky Guerrero.
Oh, yeah, Vicky was good, too.
She was good, too.
Mick Foley was good, too.
Yeah.
He did it a couple times.
Sean Holver asks, who's it most likely to be, Stephanie or Dixie?
Dixie.
Probably Dixie. And then what? Stephanie's going to take issue with Kurt Angle's personal stuff getting in the way of
his job?
Maybe. I don't know.
That seems convoluted, though.
Yeah. Fat Bastard Champ Alex Foster. Steve, you've been commissioned to become a Larson versus Top Notch Larson House of Horrors match. What?
How do you create? You got to book
that match?
Me versus Top Notch Super Best House of Horrors match. How do you book it?
You know those apartments behind Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
It would be there.
Okay.
Because that's kind of a House of Horrors. But then Top Notch, like mid-match, would simply make the apartment complex that you're fighting through, like teleport into space, and so your lungs would just implode. He wins, and then he loses to Mecha Santa.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Drew Q. He's got a hypothetical question. You have a friend who is trying to get into this new era of wrestling. What specific match, feud, and segment would you show them to get them hooked? I'd want to show them something that didn't require a whole lot of backstory.
Mm-hmm. Is it specific to WWE? I didn't see.
He doesn't specify, but I think
new era. Well, he capitalized the new era.
Yeah, so that's WWE. His suggestions are AJ versus Cena at Royal Rumble 2017, feud, Joe versus Brock, and his segment is the pre-WrestleMania promos on John Cena. See, I think, you know what might be the best thing to show is the Sasha-Charlotte feud from last year.
Mm-hmm.
They had some quality, excellent matches, decent promo work, and it was a good, long feud that, you know, not all the finishes of the match made sense, specifically the Hell in a Cell one.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was the best feud of last year.
I would show them Nitro from 9/25/2000.
Not the new era.
There's like at least 6 Vince Russo segments. You know, they had scaled Nitro back to 2 hours at that point.
I know. I started it and I saw, oh, there's only an hour and a half.
I
That's
forgot
cool.
about. I forgot that they stopped going 3 hours. Oh man!
What a train wreck that was. CM Punk finds it insulting that Triple H finds it funny. Congratulations, Steven Larson. Mr. McMahon has retired and has given control of WWE to you guys.
Nice.
Name 5 people.
Top guys.
Name 5 people that have never worked for WWE Creative that are wrestling YouTubers, podcasters, or journalists, and assign them to lead the creative team for either Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, or 205, and assign one of the 5 as overall head booker. Who would you assign to which position and why?
Who would you assign head booker?
Well, Adam Blampier does. I would book it, so there you go.
There you go. Perfect. I like it.
He is head booker.
We need
creative heads for each brand. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live.
All right. Wait, who do we say? Adam Blampier. And then working under him, Dave Meltzer.
For which show?
Oh,
NXT.
NXT. There you go. NXT. Let's see here. Who else? We'll give. Who are we gonna give? What are we gonna? Brian Zane. We'll give him 205 Live.
Give him SmackDown Live.
Give him SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He gets to mess with AJ and Nakamura.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of want him on 205 Live.
No, I'm saying SmackDown.
You're vetoing me, I guess. You're older. You get veto power. Who gets Raw? Grim. Grim gets Raw.
Okay. So he gets 205 Live.
Put JD and Joe Cronin on 205
Okay.
Live. Let's see here. Manuel Garcia de Paredes. What are the odds that this is a good point here. Dixie Carter revealed as Angle's mystery partner, and the Broken Hardy showing up in the same week on Raw to give TNA the big middle finger.
Entirely possible. That would be something else.
Yeah, that would be.
A lot of people, I'm happy you did the power rankings today because a lot of people are asking.
Yeah, I know. Look, like I know a lot of these like have been upvoted heavily, but they're all that question like who's on the phone with Kurt Angle. So yeah, if you didn't get your question asked, that's why. Answered, sorry. Let's see here. What Machine Gun Kurt Schusky, what current WWE wrestler could you guys see doing some form of other work for the company in the future? He says he thinks The Miz could become what Jerry Lawler is now, a host for the Hall of Fame and other significant events.
I could see The Miz as a commentator easily.
Yeah. You know, I noticed last night, too, Miz has been around so long, but he still looks great.
Yeah, he does.
He hasn't really aged that much.
Not a whole lot, no.
It's kind of crazy.
I think of who working now.
I could see Titus as being a manager for a while and then transitioning to announcer.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that.
Can you think of anybody wrestling now who could one day work in creative?
Oh, Kevin Owens? If he'd want to, yeah.
Yeah. He'd be great in creative.
Yeah. Would you see Kevin Owens wrestling till he's like in his 60s? I kind of could. He has too much fun in the ring, dude.
Oh, I know he does. He's been wrestling for a long time. I don't know how, like he wrestles a fairly physical style. I don't know how much longer he'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Empire Filth Ambassador Jason the Cabbie. Now that we are in the era of felonious behavior, mostly from faces, what is the most hardcore felony that a WWE star could do and still be viewed as a face?
I mean, I would have thought attempted murder would be something, but apparently that's not an issue. Because like when AJ beat up Shane, they made a huge deal about that. That was assault.
Yeah, that was a big deal. But Braun is a monster. It all depends on who your victim is. That's what it depends on. People, Roman could pull a gun out and shoot Brock. Nobody'd bat an eye because it's Brock. He did the same thing to Alexa Bliss. Are you kidding me? He'd be done with. That'd be at least a 30-day suspension and a U.S. title run. Can't be shooting people, Roman. Here's the U.S. title belt.
All right, Double T. Question is about Raw, but he wants to know if we think Okada is the best wrestler in the world today, and if not, where does he place on Earth? Oh, sorry, on each. When I said on Earth, Where does he place on each of your individual lists?
Where does he place on Earth? He's top 3 for me, and that 3 is him, Omega, and Styles.
Okada's definitely having the best year of anybody in wrestling.
He's having the best championship run of anybody, maybe ever.
So right now, I would say it's Okada, Kenny, and AJ.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I'm putting him in that order.
Oh, he's number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1 right now.
He's number 1. Yeah, I'd say that too. He's definitely. It's going to take a lot for anybody else to get going in Raw Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah,
but not like there's our Wrestler of the Year, but then there's the actual Wrestler of the Year. Because the going in Raw Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, like, yeah.
Who's the leading candidate for?
Oh, I forgot.
Was it like Juice Robinson or something?
Noam Dar was the person voted, I believe.
Yeah.
During the Friendo Awards last year.
Oh, yeah.
Predictively going to be it this year.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not going to be Noam Dar.
So I don't know. I don't remember.
Like Apollo is just doing good work.
Yeah, so is Baron Corbin.
They're doing legitimately good work.
So is the Drifter. Everybody that...
Oh, the Drifter might still be up there, though. The Drifter, it's not like the Drifter's breaking through to like the IC title scene.
Oh, I know.
The Drifter might be... Who's on NXT?
Patrick Clark.
He's a contender. I think you're right about the Drifter. He's actually doing good work. Patrick Clark's up there.
Heavy Machinery.
No. It's going to take a while for me to like them, dude.
I know.
It's going to take a while.
And if War Machine comes over.
Man, I don't know. That's definitely something about. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about that.
Mojo.
About that. Yeah, Mojo's actually doing good work. Let's see here. Who else we got? Okay. This is actually kind of interesting. Dwight Eucor, first-time patron, long-time viewer of the show. He says, I think we can all agree that Enzo's biggest strength lies on the mic, not in the ring. It got me wondering, what do you guys think about Enzo joining Titus Worldwide? That's the one spot for him that I could actually see him not floundering.
Maybe.
I know Titus is trying to bring in top talent, and he's obviously not that. But Enzo's a hustler, and every good organization needs a good hustler.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that could work. What else can Enzo possibly do, man?
Oh, I have no idea.
Where else can he fit in? That I actually see is kind of a fit
I see
for
the
like
fit.
6 months.
I see the fit. I just worry that with Enzo's strength being on the mic, I don't want him to kind of be the mouthpiece of Titus Worldwide because Titus is really good.
No, I know. I think there's room for several.
All right.
It's worldwide, man. You can't have just one mic guy.
I'm trying to think who else would be going in Raw Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, it's still bugging you, huh?
Yeah.
I know, me too. Who do we sort of crack up about, man?
I know he said Patrick Clark, but he's been doing good work.
Yeah, but no, dude, that ceiling is so low.
Oh, I know.
That ceiling is ridiculously low.
But he's all in.
He is. Titus is doing good work.
Yeah. I'll have to think about
Who
that.
the hell else is on NXT that we're not thinking of right now?
Almas?
No, he's doing good work. I like him. But Almas could be up there. But he's not, I don't know. He's not a clown. Who's a clown? Chase Owens. It's kind of Chase Owens, man. It's kind of his to lose.
Yeah, it is. At this juncture, yeah.
Can he ever get out of the D level of the Bullet Club?
I think can he have a match this
Everybody's
year?
doing good work these days, man.
I know.
It's kind of a Chase
There's
Owens.
There's a lot of good work right now.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, Steve.
It is, man. There's a lot of good wrestling out there. There we go. Patrick Mack, first-time question asker, second-month patron. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you very much.
Do you guys think it'd be a good idea to have power rankings involved in storyline? I'm not our power rankings, but power
like
rankings.
PWI power rankings,
Like,
right?
yeah, rankings.
Yeah,
he says,
like the UFC does
yeah, exactly.
for contenders and whatnot.
So
yeah.
you know where people stand.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I think there's pros and cons to it. I think that, one of the cons is you lose some predictability sometimes.
Maybe.
If you know what's coming up next, who's going to be up next.
Also,
et cetera,
but
et cetera.
it would also make, and this could be a pro and a con depending on how you want your wrestling, make it feel like a more sports oriented as opposed to sports entertainment.
Yeah,
oriented.
I know.
Jamie 10, hey guys, if Samoa Joe doesn't win the Universal title during his current main event run, what should he do next?
I don't know.
Go to SmackDown.
That'd be cool. I'm not gonna do that for.
But
a while,
then
though.
there's way too much talent in SmackDown if they did that.
know.
Way too much.
It's all just a problem. Everything's a problem. All right, it's time for Kayfabe Corner.
Yeah, let's do kayfabe.
Are you ready
It's been
for
a while.
Kayfabe Corner? It has been a little while.
Sure.
Today I offered up two choices to our Going In Raw $10 and up patrons to vote on. Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes. Overwhelmingly, they went for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
There were some detractors who went with Cody, but pretty much everybody went with Kenny. Here we go.
All right.
12 names.
Some real, some fake.
Bunch are fake.
2 trivia questions.
Number 1.
1,
Chi Cruz.
fake.
Real. Josh Green.
Real.
Very good. Daniel Iron.
Fake.
Yeah. That sounds fake. That, you know what's funny? Is that a real name? Actually, all the fakes are actually, for the most part, real names. They're just not wrestlers. James Winchester.
Real.
Fake, but that's a great name.
That is.
Yeah. Brother Divine.
Real.
Yeah. Billy J.
Fake.
Yeah. Elliott Wrestling.
That's got to be fake.
That's fake. That's a great name, though. I made that up. So there is.
Obviously made that up.
Keep your 5 up, okay? A quick aside on Elliott Wrestling. So I was done with the entire list, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching that stupid Nitro, right?
Yeah.
And towards the end of that Nitro, some dude rolls up to the cage and like starts getting in Vince Russo's. I don't know who it is. I think it's a friend of Goldberg's. I don't know. I swear the commentary team called him Elliott. And the thing is, like, as I was watching, I think they showed it first, but I wasn't really paying too close attention. I get up and I'm like, who is that guy? And the camera never gets on his face. They get on like a long shot, but the cage is in front of him, so you can't. It's kind of obscured. Everybody knows who he is except for me. They're like, Elliott, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Elliott Wrestling. Very happy with that name. Next, David Fox.
Real.
Fake. Buffalo Allen.
Real.
Yeah. Black Onion, which, by the way, is a Beatles song as well.
Fake.
No, that was Glass Onion.
Yeah, it was Glass.
Fake. Yeah. The G-Man.
Real.
Yeah. Sissy Boy.
Fake.
Yeah, very good.
9.
Wow. Look at you. All right. So, 2 trivia questions.
Yeah.
You're doing really good.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega does, in fact, have a gaming series that I didn't know about.
Oh, I didn't know about that either.
What is it called?
Gaming with Kenny.
The Cleaner's Corner.
Oh, okay.
What career did Omega try after his first stint in WWE developmental failed?
He tried to be a MMA fighter.
Very good. Look at you. 10. 10. You know what they should do? They should get like a wrestler whose gimmick is, I'm the perfect 10, and he does this a lot.
Do you know what he tried to do before he became a wrestler? He was a hockey goalie.
Oh, yeah. No, I did read that.
10. I have no idea what the score is right now. I have no idea what the count is.
That's all right. We'll call it Steve a lot. Larson also a lot, but not
Slightly less a lot.
Not as much as Steve.
I'll go back and check.
My notes. Look at that. Messy notes and then kind of cleanish notes on this side. Anyways. That's it for Going In Raw.
Yes, thank you to everyone for joining us.
I knew that list was crap. Yeah, patrons stick around. We're going to hang out for a little bit, and then we're going to get lunch.
Yeah.
You can, at the $1 and up Patreon mark right now, you can help us get lunch. Or you can help us decide.
I brought my lunch today. So.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. I have some leftovers also. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hello, everybody.
Adam Fella. Oh, yeah, Adam Fella brought up Griffin Manticore.
Griffin Manticore.
Something is the best fake name.
It's a great name.
It's two mythological creatures, Steve.
A griffin.
And a manticore.
And a manticore. Elliott Wrestling. I don't know who that guy was. I kind of want to find out now.
All right, look into it.
Nitro 9. It so sucks though. Like, man, I wish I knew that Vince like dropped that stupid ass promo of his on the following Thunder. Do they even have Thunder on the network?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't see why. Nothing interesting ever happened on that show.
Vince Russo dropped a promo as champion on that show.
Again, nothing interesting ever happened on that show.
That's a good point.
I know David Arquette won the WCW title.
What a review of it. Scott's Blog of Doom. Wow, this is last year.
Andrew Quinlan says that our video cut out while we were talking about the Broken Hardys.
Oh, really? Was it like for how long?
So hopefully it wasn't when the monitor went out.
That could be. Let's see if any frames dropped. 0 drop frames. So I don't know what that's all about.
Good question, Blue Monkey G. There will be a fun pay-per-view coming up August 1st. Exclusive announcement here to the patrons.
Oh, wow, nice.
August 1st.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a monthly at this point.
Good
'Cause
idea.
I was so happy with how it turned out yesterday.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well.
And it like takes 1 week of work kind of off me.
Maybe we should alternate months. Or do we do it monthly, both of us?
Yeah, let's just do it monthly, both
Okay.
of us. Let's see here. I'm going to see what they say about this.
Yeah, it said about 10 seconds. It said no camera.
Did the screen freeze or did it go to black?
But there's still audio, right?
Who the hell was Elliot? Maybe it wasn't Elliot. Maybe I just made that name up.
Yeah, apparently I have a lot of nervous energy today. I was playing with Kevin Owens the whole time. Oh, no audio either. Oh, no, some people had audio. And some people didn't. No, only one person.
Scott's Blog of Doom gave it an overall rating of F. WCW was in the trash can. At
Oh,
that
it was
point,
awful.
Dude. It was so bad.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if we lost 10 seconds of the show.
I know.
No, Dami Ray said audio was fine.
Is working fine for me. I don't know if she
Oh.
knows or he knows. I forget if Dami Ray is a man or woman. Screen said check your camera connection. Oh, that had to have been something with maybe the Elgato. I don't know. I gotta get one of those internal Elgatos. Everything costs so damn much though.
So hold on. So it goes from camera to
Elgato,
and then where does the monitor come into play?
so the Elgato has an input, and then the output that goes to the computer goes to via USB, and there's a throughput that goes to the monitor.
Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna make
So
sure.
if that said check your camera connection, then that was something from the USB output. to
Gotcha.
the
So it was the Elgato.
computer, unless the computer was just fucking up.
But also, it would coincide if there was Elgato problems, why the monitor would say no signal. for a
Blue
spell.
Thunder Bomb says, "Where's the targeted these days? Where's the targeted?" The relic of the past. Machinima owns the targeted, technically. I imagine we'd probably be okay using the targeted still, though. Dami Ray says, top 10 people Kurt Angle should have a live sex show with. Dami Ray is a man. Confirmed.
Well, hang in there, Dami Ray.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Al says, top 10 great things done by wrestlers you don't like. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wrestlers we don't like, but still did
Wrestlers
good
we
things.
don't like, but still did good things. Vince Russo wrote a lot of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Did Jeff Jarrett ever do anything you liked?
That's hard.
Jeff Jarrett came back to Impact Wrestling and didn't win the world title yet.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that after WWF bought WCW that he took it upon himself to start a new promotion to give wrestlers another place to work.
You have to appreciate the sense of entrepreneurship.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Nate Morris, good point. Ty Dillinger might get Wrestler of the Year if he keeps up his sporadic appearance schedule.
That's true. What's your question, Julian Morris?
What is your question, Julian Morris? He's going to say, do you think Dixie Carter is who? Julian, pay attention.
Beef jerky, yay or nay?
Well, if you're talking about the wrestler, yay. If you're talking about, yeah, Steve, Jeff hasn't won the world title at time recording. Do you think he's going to?
Oh.
What?
No, go ahead.
Do you think he's going to use the Alberto Del Rio controversy to secure the title for himself?
Oh, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Julian Morris. Based on recent events, are we going to soon see a commentator table match? And to get in the WWE Championship match is the requirement to lose a previous pay-per-view match. He brings up Reigns and Joe. Commentator table match. Probably not. Like you have to put your opponent through the commentary table to win.
Al, who are some of your favorite wrestlers? Oh, yeah. What did Bret Hart do as a good ever? He made a star at a Stone Cold. Bret Hart actually did a lot of good things for other people.
Yeah.
He made a star out of Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Made a star out of Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Made a star out of Owen Hart.
Mm-hmm. He got close to making a star out of Yokozuna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Did Lex Luger and Bret Hart ever have a match in WWF? If they had, maybe Lex Luger really would have been the star they wanted him to be.
I guarantee they had a match. Probably at WrestleMania, too. Stop fidgeting. What does that mean?
We have nervous energy. Bits of business we're doing. I've been doing this the whole show.
Oh, I'm just playing with Eva Marie right here.
I had a lot of coffee this morning, so I think that's maybe why I have nervous energy.
Gene, we can fidget all we want. A couple guys were hating on the other day. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Al said. He says, I forget. I was asking him what wrestlers he loves that we hate.
Oh, Connor says I look really uncomfortable. I just said I had a lot of coffee this morning, so I've just been fidgeting with.
Relax, man. Bring it down.
I am relaxed.
Bring it down a notch. What are your honest thoughts on Cass's entrance music?
It's just really generic.
It's very generic. He needs.
You know what? I'm going to reserve judgment. Yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment until they put it up on WWE's YouTube channel, and it's the music by itself, isolated.
Oh, so I won't. It's crap. It's generic, dude. But I feel like, sometimes they do the thing where, like...
Hold on. Alex C. says Alexander Wolf going in Raw Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he's up there, too. We need to start writing this down. Are you still mad from being screwed in the ladder match? That your guy wouldn't climb the ladder?
No, I'm over it.
Butch Bacon is a great win. And I've got some great stuff coming up.
Cool.
Yeah. Top 10 wrestlers with the highest score on the frustration index meter. Top 10 attempted murders in wrestling history. Does that count actual murders? Because didn't somebody murder The Undertaker and then he came back as the dead man?
Mm-hmm.
Was that Kane?
Was Kane?
Probably
yeah.
Kane. Banker and Chet, Wrestler of the Year. No, they're doing good work. Brigadoon. When we were at 2K to hear about 2K18, did they talk at all about cross-platform support? They did not. There was zero talk about that. Nobody even brought that up. They said, and some of those guys went on for a very long time about, what they'd like to see. They're very thorough. We were just like, yeah, we like to create people, so can you make that better? But they didn't talk anything about cross-platform support. Yeah, that's right. Big Boss Man hung at WrestleMania.
Alex C. says, I thought a great fake name for Kayfabe Corner, Ty Dillinger.
That's a great fake name. Top 10 smallest wieners on large wrestlers. You mean penises?
would you do to revamp Cass's character?
I don't know. I don't know. He's a blank canvas right now, though.
Yeah.
He literally just wears that black T-shirt. The black. Do you think that's an actual black T-shirt? Or do you think it's an inside-out end zone Cass
it could
shirt?
very well be a inside-out soft shirt.
Yeah, I think it is. Connor says one thing I like about 2K is that they're willing to listen. That's definitely true. They definitely seem interested. They were showing us like some metrics about like the community forums that they were listening in on or watching.
Nate Morris, I think it's gonna be a 4-way for the title at SummerSlam.
That'd be a bummer, man. I don't want to see that. Kind of makes sense though.
Yeah.
I do want to see it. I don't want to see it. And
it makes sense.
I do want to see it. And I don't want to see it.
Especially if Brock likes working with Joe and they want to keep Joe up in the main event scene.
Yeah. If I donate 400,000 pounds sterling, do I get a shithead and Larson live anal sex show? I'm sure I could figure out how to machinimate that somehow. And then, yeah, for 400,000 pounds sterling,
okay,
I would see that.
All right. Drew Compton, you think Meltzer announces a broken deal has been reached tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'd say that for the newsletter or if it's something he would tweet out. And I forget how he does that.
I think they're not shy about breaking stories on Wrestling Observer Radio.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. Brock versus Joe in a submission match.
That'd be cool. I'd like that. What is the inside joke about anal I like to? You got to go back and watch the first episodes of the Fun Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because it was a character I came up with without your approval.
Yes.
And it was Shithead. And his shirt said, I like to anal.
And I said, we can't have this on Fun Wrestling. This is a brand safe program.
So I re-debuted him as...
Was it Butthead?
Butt shit.
Butt shit.
I think it was butt shit. And it said, anal, I like to.
Yeah.
I just saved you about 5 hours of viewing. Because his original name was Shithead. That was his actual name. I just changed it to butt shit because legal made me to.
And then he lost a match and was no longer allowed in Fun Wrestling.
And look, now he's the Meatloaf champion, and he's rebranding the Meatloaf belt. I've got a very good idea for that.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Carlos Hackworth, predictions for SmackDown Live. Maybe AJ starts doing a U.S. Open Challenge.
Yeah, I could see that happening. They make the Open Challenge kind of a thing with Kevin Owens, so I could see them doing that. We didn't pretend our fighting was a work. That was a shoot. That was all real. You were very upset with me.
You were very upset with me.
I don't like being creatively stifled, Larson.
You weren't, because everything we did prior to that the previous year, you were the one pushing that, and I said, it's my turn now. I have the H title.
Connor Dunmore says, how do you feel about having to recreate all these creator wrestlers for 2K18? What makes you think we're going to recreate anything?
New game, new universe, maybe.
That's what we have you guys for. All right, one more question. Julian Morris, does Barista Larson make a good cold iced coffee?
I haven't learned how to do iced coffee well.
Yeah.
You know, because in my mind, you just brew coffee, take a cup of ice, pour it in there. You don't do it that way, though.
Right.
You just get watered down,
yeah,
lukewarm coffee.
Yeah, you just get melted. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it doesn't work that way. So I need to learn how to do it.
All right, we have one question here.
I have much to learn.
Patrick Oliva says, what is Corey Graves' connection to the Angle storyline, or is he simply a source?
That's a good question.
I get the feeling that he's going to be involved somehow.
Yeah. He was in TNA for a short little bit. Not a very strong connection.
Yeah, no, they're not going to.
Both Corey and Kurt Angle are from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. That's
one thing they have in common. But I don't know how that could play out into anything else.
All right, two questions. Drew Lemon Lemon says, what system are you going to get 2K18 on? I think we're going to get it for both Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
And then Drew Compton asks, thoughts on having an anal I like to shirt made. There will literally be nobody will buy that shirt. And then we'll just have a shirt on our store that says anal I like to. That's the problem with that. So probably just not going to happen. Although I get that question a lot. You know what I should do? I should take pre-orders for it and sell it like through my own shop.
That's a good idea. So
I
it's
should
not
just
just
do
sitting
that.
there on a pro wrestling tee shop.
Exactly. Man, they still haven't put up the
Shower Me with Gold
Shower
shirt?
Me with Gold logo shirt. Come on, people.
4 more minutes. We'll go to 1.
Wait, what? I said in that video, you don't want sponsors, you don't care about critics. Oh, about the gaming stuff, yeah.
Was that a shoot, Steve?
My point wasn't that I didn't care about sponsors. My point was...
You don't want to be stifled creatively to get sponsors.
Right, exactly. I'm totally up for sponsors as long as they're okay with me.
Boy, that's a lot of wire just spilled on my laptop.
Anal I like to does make me cool. Was Red Shoes the most animated ref we've seen
good.
live?
He's so good.
He's really good. Yeah, maybe, I guess. I'd have to think about that one. The guy who does the reffing at Supreme Pro Wrestling, with he's doing his hair, he was like flying all over the place.
Yeah, he was really good too.
He was really good.
What about Justin from PWG?
It's like the least animated one. He's the most hapless
Did you see that picture that Leo Rush posted of him and Topanga?
Yeah.
And
is Justin in the background or something?
No. He Topanga tweeted out something about how hot it was in there and how she didn't notice because the show was so good. And Justin tweeted something and she said, "Shut up, Justin." Or no one asked you, Justin. Or something.
No one asked you, Justin. You're ruining the match, Justin. Gene the Grappler. Since I'm doing TNA GFW reviews, when am I going to review or play an Impact game? That's a possibility. Might do that.
Oh, we got to play Fire Pro Wrestling World. It's out early release on Steam, early access on Steam.
All right, I'll get it and we'll play it. Maybe on Thursday. You want to try to do like
if we have time,
a retro live stream on Thursday?
Well, it's not retro. It's a brand new game.
Yeah, but isn't it like a kind of a throwback?
Yeah,
game?
yeah,
Okay.
it's retro style, but I think it's a brand new game.
Look, it's our channel. We can do what we want.
Exactly, I know.
Yeah, Tiger Hattori just kind of moseys about. The match happens on his time.
Yes.
As is the case when you're in your golden years. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Thoughts on Dean turning on Seth and for them to feud going to SummerSlam? I feel like we're gonna get Seth versus Miz at SummerSlam. Like there's only what is there?
There's more than a month. There's about 6 weeks.
There's 6 weeks left. That feels like one good meaty feud heading into SummerSlam, and I feel like Miz is gonna be. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's gonna be Seth Miz, but it could be all three of them. Al, where are you moving to? Realistically, when does Finn get back into the title picture?
Spring of next year. No, summer of next year.
Summer of next year, yeah. Because they've got to sort all this out with Roman and Brock. They got to figure that out.
Once the belt's off Brock, then we'll have a
It's
clear
gonna be totally.
Dami Ray, you two get to have
Good
dinner
question.
with any 4 wrestlers from all time at the same time. Which 4 do you pick?
Bruno,
Yeah,
Michael Hayes,
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, and Frank Gotch. He'd be so confused about the rest of us talking about stuff.
I know, but maybe he could give us a better idea whether
Say, Sonny, what's that device
wrestling
you
back
keep picking
then
up?
was completely worked, somewhat shoot.
I'm like, Frank, I'm curious about the nature of pro wrestling. And he's like, devil.
It's magic.
It's magic, I tell you. Frank, just listen. Where your match is predetermined. It's like looking into somebody's soul. It's just a cell phone, man.
What do you call these telecommunication devices?
You wouldn't know the term. What do you call these?
These light up telegraphs.
Oh man. Anyways, it's 101. We gotta go.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody. We'll
Thank
talk to
you for
later.
hanging out. We'll talk to you later. Bye.